Oh my God, it is the most amazing thing that you can do to create really what I call the lean in factor, where people want to hear what you have to say. It's what gets your emails opened. It's what gets your phone calls answered. It what gets you replies to emails. It gets people interested in what you're doing. It gets your LinkedIn posts looked at. People want to go, tell me more. Tell me more. And that is such a key thing to have people lean in.
Hi, friend. Welcome to the Scaling Therapy Practice. I'm James Marland, your course creation coach. I'm here to help therapists who want to scale their reach with effective online courses. I'll share with you all the tools, tips, and technology I've learned along the way that will help you put your mission in motion. The world is waiting for somebody like you to take action. Let me help you take your first steps. This show is going to be very useful to many of you because like me and probably like you, you've sent an email or a voicemail and you've just heard nothing back, like ghosted. You're wondering who ate my email. In this episode, you're going to hear this back and forth lively discussion with Ray. He's a former stand-up comic turned connection coach, and he's going to pull back the curtain on why people don't respond. And then he's going to give his advice on what to do about it. It's really good. It's really good advice. And he's going to share this with humor and insights and things that he's learned over time that gets him results. And he's going to explain how this was really key for me. And something I realized I've been doing wrong is like when I'm first introduced to people, I don't have the right to ask questions yet, and questions actually put up walls. So he's going to show us how to flip the script and build curiosity and confidence. So if you're struggling with getting noticed, if you're struggling with people responding, or just when you share your work, you're wondering, did you even send it out? And you wish your emails got more replies, this episode could be a game changer for you. Like it's helping me revitalize my connections with other people. Please enjoy and share this episode. And finally, I wanted to let you know this week, so if you're listening to this episode before June 26th, I have a workshop course for you. Have you ever sat through a CE course and thought, I could do better than this? Or it sparked something inside you like, man, I could be making CE courses and earning an extra passive income. Well, there's a special opportunity. There's going to be a workshop, Course Idea to Paycheck, June 26th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be presented by Leo DeBrock from Counselor's Choice Award. He helps therapists create and publish CE courses on the website. It's going to be Thursday, June 26th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The registration link will be in the show notes. Hello, friend, and welcome back to the Scaling Therapy Practice. This is James Marland. I'm with my friend Ray Engan, and he is from Humor Speaks. Welcome to the show.
James, thanks for having me here. This is such a wonderful, I love the stuff you got backstage there for us. In the green room, it's fantastic. I love sitting in the hot tub, nibbling on a Dove bar, and the team you have for the mani-pedis, that was fantastic. That was great.
Yeah. And the steaks was a bonus,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
So welcome to the show. Ray and I met in a mastermind, and I've really connected with him and what he offers. And I'm excited to present the topic here today. The topic we're going to talk about is the problem of no one calls me back. How to build real connections with people by breaking down the barriers of authentic communication. So, Ray, this is not what you started out with in your career. You're kind of ended up here. So why don't you give us like the 30,000 foot view of how you ended up here and what you're working on now on helping people break down barriers to communication.
Well, I did stand-up comedy for 15 years and wrote a little bit for late night TV and left that and went into sales. And when I was in sales, everywhere I went, I became a sales manager. And everywhere I went, sales went up and they went through the roof. And I thought, oh my God, I'm just lucky. I have the right people. But I kind of looked at it and go, oh, different companies, different things we sold, and it all worked. So I kind of reverse engineered it. And I realized what I was doing is I was taking the part about stand up that you guys don't even think about. Like I had to walk into Rock Springs, Wyoming with a bunch of bikers playing pool for $100 a game. And I had 5 minutes to talk them out of playing pool, turn around and watch my show and have them enjoy that process so they wouldn't hit me over the head with the pool cues. And I could do that. I had no fear about doing that. I taught that to others. And I wondered, would corporate America buy this? And I had no idea where to go. So I went to a seminar company and taught their leadership program. Not really. I taught their title with my concepts. And I became one of their most requested speakers really quickly. And I should have left after a year and gone out on my own because I proved it worked, but it was kind of easy. So I took COVID to shut it down and make me go out on my own. And I worked with this guy and I did real well in his system. And then he asked me if I would coach these entrepreneurs. And I said yes. And when I did these entrepreneurs, I found out that they had great ideas and had built great rapport, their words. And I said, what's the problem? Well, nobody calls me back. Nobody answers my emails. And that's why I realized there's a big problem that we have in this country. And there's that gap between strangerhood and building rapport that's called connection. And we lost 5 years of people skills. We lost 5 years of the ability to work and understand how to connect with people. And people do it ridiculously wrong. They do it the exact opposite way they should. And what I do is I make it simpler and easier for quicker connections, faster friendships, and that leads to longer lasting clients. It's really, you're building a relationship. That word is overused, but if you look at it, the way that you sell yourself, your messaging is kind of like what attracts people to you. Your marketing, that's like flirting. Dating is like sales. How long the dating lasts and how well you do it, that seems that how well you do the dating is how long the relationship lasts. And then you finally get down on your knees, you reflect on the past, you look at a vision toward the future, and you wind up with a proposal and a long-term commitment. So it's very, 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 very similar to that. But you got to build that relationship first. You have to be able to meet people before you get to chance to date them.
Mm-hmm. I like the illustration of the dating relationship. I've heard it in other areas. What I wanted to know when you started was people are doing things wrong. Do you have a list or some like top 3 things that people do wrong when they're trying to build this connection and build this relationship? Because I bet I do some of this and I need to know, what am I doing wrong when I'm trying to build my relationships, right?
Well, the best way to check yourself is, am I about to say something that I would not say to a friend of mine? And what the biggest difference, I think, the fastest way to make quicker connections is stop asking questions of people when you first meet them, because you don't have the right to ask questions yet. And when you think about your friends meeting, they don't ask you questions, they make statements. That's what friends do. They'll, like, if I popped on, if you were a good friend of mine, I still see you got that picture of Cartman getting hit on the head with a rock, they'll make a statement about what's in the background. They'll say something about that. They won't say this, good morning, how are you today? Said no friend ever. And what we do by saying that is we build the wall up in front of people because they don't know who you are, why you're here, how long you're going to stay, or whether you're friend or foe. So if they think that, the wall goes up. And look at it this way. If a stranger comes up to you on the street and says, can I ask you a question? What you do is, okay. You physically
you
pull back.
Yeah.
And you lower your chin. You're actually protecting your throat. That's subconscious protection of your throat when you're doing that. But if I said, I have the strangest question, what is it? Statement, confidence, comfort. Question, I'm not sure of myself and I'm not sure what I'm doing. Will you help me play? So when we do this all the time,
it sets up a different relationship. Like,
it does.
Instead of like, who is this person? What do they want from me? It's like, it's curiosity, right? It's like, what is going on here? And they're asking for help, or they're it's just a different dynamic
You've
than
hit on one of the greatest words of all. If you are an entrepreneur that is trying to sell yourself, curiosity is the main thing to get you through the door.
mm,
It is what gets your emails opened, is what gets your emails replied to. It starts conversation. It is really a big basis of what people lean in towards. The three big things are curiosity, relevance, and specificity. And if you can hit on those three things, then you've got people
it
wondering, well, what's
looks
this
like.
all about? How do we do this?
So curiosity is really important in starting a relationship with other people.
Oh my God, it is the most amazing thing that you can do to create really what I call the lean in factor, where people want to hear what you have to say. It's what gets your emails opened. It's what gets your phone calls answered. It what gets you replies to emails. It gets people interested in what you're doing. It gets your LinkedIn posts looked at. People want to go, tell me more.
Mm,
Tell me more. And that is such a key thing to have people lean in. Humor is a great thing to help you do that as well. Because what people don't realize is that humor is instant likability, trust, and rapport rolled into one. We've all met strangers, right? Sometimes it's magical. Sometimes it's creepy. What do you what do you suppose the difference is? What do you think the
uh,
difference is between magical and creepy?
um, I think a little bit of like, can you identify and are you aligned with what they are saying? Like, there's a connection um, that makes sense. Like you can uh, there's dots to connect. I'm struggling here, but
So the two things that I get, the number one answer I always get is the vibe, right?
yeah.
And how do
Oh
you
well,
define?
yeah. That's
And
yeah.
the connection is really kind of what you're talking about with the vibe. But when I try and get people to dial down on the vibe, they'll say, well, it's kind of the tone and the body language, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so tone is a big part. They go, yeah. So I do this live all the time. I'll go to people else. And so if I did this, hey, what's your name? I go, that's magical, right? And
That would be
literally, even
difficult. Yeah.
on Zoom, what you see when people do that is they pull away
Yeah.
and they do that same thing. They tuck their chin. And then I said, okay, so if I change the tone, then it's more magical. And I'll change the tone to like, hi, what's your name? And that becomes
No,
even more creepy.
it's the wrong.
And
That's the wrong type of podcast.
you all this little dropping down, you subconsciously protect the most vulnerable area of your
Yeah.
body, your throat, when you're a little bit creeped out. What happens when you laugh?
You're open. Yeah. You're
You throw
opening
your head
up.
back. It's like saying, look, James, I trust you. You can kill me. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead. There it is. Right. And so subconsciously with humor, it is instant likability, trust, and rapport. And everything that's good in life happens after the laughter. So if you can control the laughter, then you can control everything that's good in life.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a leg up. It gives you more second chances at the workplace. If you work with people that people in the workplace view the person who has the funniest person as the best worker. 84% of the time, that person gets it, whether it's true or not. And here's the good part is to utilize humor, you don't even have to be funny. You
Mm-hmm.
can use it in other ways. Like I have a friend that gives seminars. He's not funny at all, but he utilizes funny by saying, hey, do you know what time it is? And somebody say, well, it's, 11:15. No, it's not. It's funny cat video time. And he'll show a funny cat video. And
Surprise.
he
Yeah.
does that, and he does that throughout a seminar. At the end, he goes, "You know what time it is?" And they all yell, "Funny cat videos!" No, it's like 12:23. So
Yeah.
he'll flip it around on him, and you don't have to be Robin Williams. You don't have to be really funny to utilize the value of humor in your presentations, in your relationship. You can let other people do that for you, and you still get credit as if you were Robin Williams.
Mm. Yeah. Those are all good points, and I do like the building that connection before you sell things. Like isn't that another mistake that people make? Like they move too quickly.
Yeah, the faster you ask for money, the less of it you get.
Ooh, can you say?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why? Like build that out a little bit.
Well, people don't trust you yet to
Mm-hmm.
give you money. And if you look at really what a sale comes down to, it's there's two factors. On one side is trust, and the other side is a congruent, irresistible offer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a lot of trust, it doesn't matter what the offer is, they'll buy it. But when we start out, we have zero trust. So in order for them to buy on zero trust, the offer has to be so low
Mm.
that for them to say yes. And if you ask for it too quickly, you have not built that trust up. So if you sell anything, you'll sell the lowest possible thing you have. But if you build that trust up before you ask for the money, they'll consider everything you have on your plate that you can sell. And more than likely, they'll go for the bigger ticket items because they trust you enough and they want more of you in their life. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So how how do you get people to trust you enough to open your emails and get calls back?
Well, they should be like your subject line is the first thing that you have to look at. Here's the thing about emails, and this is different than with really good friends. People don't read your emails. They're probably not going to open your email.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do to attract attention through that? Curiosity, relevance, or specificity. Those three things. Um, the the thing about it, it should be 6 words or less in a subject line, about 55 characters. I think that's what it comes down to. When you have your email, people that love you read 26 seconds of your email.
The people that love you give
The
you
people that love
26
you.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we write an email and it's more than 100 words, even your best friends don't read the whole thing,
Mm.
with an offer, especially. So why are you sending out 4-page emails to start? Somehow you have
Oh,
to build the trust. Um,
wow. That's actually, that goes into the mistake category, I'm sure, because if you send people long emails that they never read, you're training them to trash your emails like
yeah.
immediately.
And why do somebody I don't know, why do I want to spend
Yeah.
5 minutes understanding what they do?
Mm.
Um, the most effective, here's the number one thing. Uh, if you wanted to improve your sales this month by probably $10,000, simply do this one thing. Look back in your past to everybody you've ever worked with before and send them an email that only has 7 words in it. James, it's been too long. Let's catch up. Ray.
Mm.
And the subject line could be remember me. Remember
Mhm.
James Marland, or what's best yet is if you can put a subject line that is a connection between you and that person. If I see people on the street that look like people I used to work with, and I actually look for that, so I can send this email, because then the subject line is saw your doppelganger today.
Yeah.
James, you look great. It's been too long. Let's catch up. Ray. And if I'm going to put a link, I'm going to put it in the PS, because people will read your PS more so than the bulk of your email.
Mm-hmm. And this would generate, people will read it and do something with it if they want to connect with you, or they're going through a problem that they know you handle. Be like, oh yeah, I'm struggling. With you, it'd be like, I'm struggling with connecting with people. Ray knows how to connect with people. I should probably check in with Ray and see what he's doing. The
Yeah,
other,
and go ahead.
well, and then because what they might not have had the problem you can solve when you first contacted them 6 months ago, 8 months ago, or whatever. But now they might be, after you've been developing some relationship with them, or they know about for me, they might know about my podcast and be like, oh, he
Mm-hmm.
talks about course creation. 6 months ago, I wasn't thinking about doing a course, but now I'm in a better space and I have, I found a mission that I'm passionate about and I want to share it with other people. James has this podcast about sharing your mission. I wonder what that's about. Uh, it's not pushy, right? It's not like, give me money. It's just it builds that curiosity factor.
Curiosity factor. It's genuine
Yeah.
concern for others.
Yeah.
Everybody who's charismatic that you've ever met has genuine concern for others. And if,
Mhm.
hey, what's up with you? Let's catch up. It's been too long. Okay, that sounds good because you're sending these to people and I would only send to people I liked, that I had fun working with, because I don't want to have to work with people that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
So you get to choose your customers. I call that the location close, because you have to be there to have them buy something from you.
Mhm.
And we think that we are on the top of mind of everybody after we meet them, and they don't care about you. They've got other things in their life to worry about, nor should they care about you. So you have to drip on them to let them know that you're still there. And if you do that, when I started doing this, been too long, let's catch up campaign, I did it. I spoke in front of a group of people that wanted to become professional speakers. And I had them write down 5 names of people that had asked them to speak. They don't care whether it's for free or for fee, that they enjoyed the event that they spoke at. And I said, send this email right now. No logos, no nothing. Just, James, it's been too long. Let's catch up, Ray. And within 1 minute after they sent it, they sent 5 emails out. Within 1 minute, hands were going up. Oh my God, I got a reply. Oh my God, I got a reply. Oh my God, I got a reply. I created a thing called the holiday challenge, where I was trying to get people to add $10,000 in the month of December, the slowest month of the year, from doing a bunch of simple little things. This was one of them. And those people that did that challenge averaged $15,000 a person. And the biggest pop came from that email.
Wow. That's gold. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great advice. So let's spend a few minutes talking about your new project. I think it's called the Lean In Factor, right?
Yep.
Can you just share about that and what it is and how it helps people?
The Lean In Factor is a program that runs along the lines of that challenge. I've kind of melded them together as time has gone on. And it's a series of simple little things that bring people closer to you, that makes it easier for you to create, I call it the familiarity of friendship. Can you walk in a room and own the room very quickly? Or are you, even the introverts can use this to create interest in them in networking events without having to ask those asinine, oh, what do you do for a living? It's like, oh, and I will give you ways to become authentically you with other people through a different series of questions that we can talk about as far as what works for you. I have an intern that was going to a networking event, and he said, oh my God, I'm going to a networking event. I hate these things. I don't know what to say. What do I do? And I said, well, here's 3 things you could say that will make you step aside from everybody else. And the one he said worked the best for him was when people said, hi, who are you? What do you do? And they asked him that. He goes, well, I'm looking for a hero and I'm hoping you're it. So 100% statement. It builds up the other person and it makes them want to answer to the question they'd never heard. Now, it was also a techie convention. So I said, after you talked a little bit, ask them the question, hey, what cartoon character influenced you growing up? Everybody had an answer for that. Nobody was asking that question.
At a tech conference, everybody had a cartoon character? No.
Everybody.
That's kind of sarcastic.
Yeah. It's like,
I know tech people. They also watch cartoons and anime and superheroes.
They still do. They still do. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of, you roll the dice on something that you think will work. And if it doesn't, oh, well, there's 8 billion people on the planet. If you only want people who are 1 in a million, that means there's 8,000 of those that you get to choose from. You don't need 8,000 customers, So you got plenty of, if you got 10% of 1% of that, that's still enough customers to keep you fed for a year.
Yeah, for sure. So
that was like a math problem that I did not do well on, but
yeah,
I think it works out.
So who would benefit from the Lean In Factor? Like who's the perfect person for this?
I work best with speakers and coaches that love doing that, but they kind of feel like they're a little sleazy when they go to
Hmm.
sell their own stuff, because the reason they feel sleazy is they're uncomfortable in really their own native genius. And
Hmm.
so there's mindset, skill set, tool set that you need to work on these areas, but they're simple, learnable things that make you go, huh, I should be telling people about this.
Hmm.
Because I think the biggest problem is that we do this thing so easily and so well, um, that we don't think it's of value because it's so easy. And that's
Hmm.
exactly what you should be doing for a living, is that kind of stuff, because you have to believe that what you do is amazing. You have to believe that you're amazing. Your products and services are amazing. You have to believe that you do it better, faster, quicker than most others, not all others, just most others. And then you have to believe that if I can take what's in my head and put it in yours, I can transform your life and make it better and easier.
Hmm.
And I know throughout my entire life, since I was in Little League and we did the candy bar sales, I know that anybody that I hung around for an extended period of time, they simply sell more stuff. Now, I don't know if it's me, but I was there through all
Hmm.
these things. And everywhere I've gone, sales have gone up. And I know it's just a factor of these little things. And it's not about sales techniques or things like that. It's about having authentic conversations that remove the roadblocks that stop people from buying from you. And those roadblocks are different for everybody. But one of the biggest ones I see is that person feeling the word I hear all the time is salesy. And here's what I did to, because felt that too. But it's like when you're talking to somebody and they go, "Well, I do all this kind of stuff and it's wonderful and I'm amazing at what I do, and it's only $5,000." It's like you band camp the voice as you go up, and you tense up when you're doing that because you don't think you're worth it,
Hmm.
and you have to do different things to create that value in your head. What you do is unique enough to charge you very unique pricing. And it's so unique, it's going to be of very unique value to your customer.
Yeah.
And I had to believe that these things I do that help everybody I know sell more stuff, if I didn't share them and give people the opportunity to know what they are, I'm being selfish and I'm stopping the economy for the rest of the world. Now, it's not the whole thing, but it's a piece of it. And
Well,
and well, here's the thing that kind of got me to this. Uh, it was JFK that said the only reason to speak is to change the world. And that sounds deep and grandiose, but then if you think about it, if you tell your kid to clean their room, you just change their world. And so these little things we do, if I can change your world, if I can get you to connect to somebody you didn't connect to before, and you buy something, and they're going to buy the little tips and tricks that work inside the lean in factor. They don't just work while you're working with me; they work forever.
hmm.
These are human conditioned things that I have realized through years and years of being in front of people and being scared to death of being in front of people. And I can get you free coffee at Starbucks, free cake pops, all this kind of stuff. With all these little things, I can have you control a line at Starbucks. I have fun at Starbucks. I really do. I test things out at Starbucks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was as you were talking, I was thinking, I went to a mastermind with Danny
Hmm.
Iny, from Marcy, and he explained something. I think it was a video mastermind. Anyways, we talked about, like, I shared exactly what you shared, like, oh, I don't like selling, and how do I get over those feelings of feeling slimy and manipulative, and he came out with a statement, and it stuck with me, like, selling is awesome. Selling is awesome when you solve somebody's deep problems. They
Hmm.
want you to solve their problems. Your ideal client is looking for you to solve their problems. And selling is awesome when you spend your time and your life solving people's problems and changing their life. And that's, your message is spot on with that. You don't have to be manipulative. You don't have to twist somebody's arm. You don't have to go up to people and say, buy my stuff. Your ideal client is looking for your solution. And so how do we connect with them? How do we build that know, like, and trust factor? How do we put out the sign that says, I can help you? help this way. That's the mission that we're trying to go with. And Ray, your stuff's awesome. I enjoyed, this conversation has really put a lot of thoughts into my head, but it also makes me think you have a lot more to share. So where can people find you, on the internet or a webpage, or I know you're on LinkedIn. So can you share where people can find you and your resources?
Sure, you can email me at ray@humorspeaks.com. And there's also leadershipthroughlaughter.com is a website. It's kind of more of a proof of life than anything else, but there's some things about what we do there. But those two things, LinkedIn is probably the best way to get a hold of me, or ray@humorspeaks.com, and email with that. If you connect on those things, my calendars are on there. If you have questions about what you're doing and want me to look at something you're doing right now, let's sit down and talk for 15 minutes. No sales, no BS. I just want to move you a notch up.
Yeah.
If I make your life better and easier, the odds of you coming back are good. So I'd rather know you and not have you buy from me than not know you and have you buy from me. That's a weird combination. I think I said that wrong, but I think you get the idea.
Yeah.
So if you're working on something and you want to take a look, or you wonder why things aren't getting answered, or how to edit something down, I can slash, and there's 3 words I use for that too. ray@humorspeaks.com, leadershipthroughlaughter.com, rayengan.com. They all work. They all go to the same place.
And you have a weekly, is it weekly? Is it a weekly show on LinkedIn? A weekly live?
It's a live stream. It goes on LinkedIn, it's on YouTube, and it's on Facebook, and it's roadblock removal for speakers and coaches.
Roadblock removal for speakers and coaches. Awesome.
Yep.
Definitely check that out. And I know I get it in my feed. So thanks.
11 a.m. Pacific every Wednesday.
What is that Eastern? Anyways, figure it out.
2 p.m. Eastern. I know that 'cause I typed that so many times. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
I mess up time zones so much. Anyways, so Ray, awesome content, awesome message and heart. Listeners, please check out Ray's stuff, and also, connect with him, ask questions, get his advice from the YouTube and the LinkedIn. He's a genuine guy. Like, what you see is what you get. He's friendly, and every meeting I've had with him, friendly and helpful. So check out Ray's stuff. Ray, thanks for being on the show.
I felt like now's the time where I need to the alien removing the mask.
Remove the mask.
The hell with you, James,
No. So Ray, thanks so much for being on the show. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Oh, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. I do an ending. Okay, friends, it's now time to go put your mission in motion. And maybe you should try out that email trick, that 7-word email that Ray suggested to earn a little extra income. Do it now and email Ray or myself. How did that work for you? I'd love to know. All right, put your mission in motion. We'll see you next week. All right, so stop.